Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Zero Analyst. This is the video one of our web scraping series. So in this video, we're going to scrape data from Amazon, one of the product informations. If you do not know what is web scraping is a process of extracting data from websites. Now it can be used for various purposes like maybe doing market analysis or maybe doing competitor analysis, maybe monitoring the price, and there could be n number of need for web scraping. Many companies look for web scraping skills in your resume. Now, if you want to learn web scraping, then this is the perfect video for you, because in this video I'm going to start from completely scratch and we will be learning to advanced level where we will be doing all the automations, a task using web scraping, where our application is going to get the data from different websites based on the requirement. So in this video one, we're going to learn the basics and we're going to scrape data from Amazon, as I said. So let's start the video. All you need to have is VS Code and Python. If you have not installed VS Code and Python, I'm going to add one of my video in the card which you can click and install Python and VS Code. So let me create a folders which is going to be maybe Python web scraping. Okay, so in my desktop I have created a folder which is called Python web scraping, and I'm just going to open my VS Code. So I would say code, and I will be opening VS Code. Okay, let's select these folders. I'm just going to select open desktop Python web scraping. Okay, so this is done. I'm inside these folders. Now I already have Python installed in my computer, so you can even type here Python dash capital B. It's going to tell you the versions, which means my Python is working, right? So if you have gone through the virtual environment creations video, so you know how to create a virtual environment. If you have not gone through that, so again I will show you how to create a virtual environment. So virtual environment means we're going to create a folders here for this project. Inside this we are going to create a folders. In that folders we're going to maintain all the dependencies, like all the libraries that we need for this project. Okay, so first of all you can write Python -m, then venv, and you can give any name. So I'm going to name it called ws web scraping and maybe env. Okay, this is the name I'm going to give. Again I can just enter it. I will show you the path later on. So you can see it has created a folders. Okay, and make sure to give the same commands so that you are going to see a folders here. So in this folders you will see all the libraries is going to be installed here. Okay, so right now we only have one library which is called pip. Okay, so this is fine. Now we need to activate this virtual environment just we have created. So all you need to do is that simply go ahead and two step I usually follow. You can simply go ahead and create a simple file which is called app.py. okay, now you have created a app.file. okay, this is fine. This is the first step we do, and the second is that I'm going to kill this terminal. Okay, so we will kill this terminal and close this, and we're going to open the terminal again. Okay, so you can see right now it is activated, right? So here if you see, this is the virtual environment that it is activated. Earlier it was not activated. So same task you can follow. It is going to activate it. If it doesn't activate automatically, then what you need to do is that you can just go here and type this sign and type, you can select this select interpreters, and from here you can select this is the one, right? If you have more than one virtual environment, you can select this one just you have created. Okay, this is one way. The second way is going to be activated. I can deactivate, and you can see right now it is deactivated, right? And if I want to activate it, I can say source, and I can put here which is called bin, and this activate path. Okay, so I can say related path, and I can put it here which is called, okay, and you can see this is also one of the way of activating it. Okay, now I will go ahead and proceed with this. Right now, why we would need this virtual environment? Because we're going to maintain all the libraries that we need in this project in this folders. Okay, if you have kind of global environment, that is also going to work, and you can also go through the video which I have mentioned in the video descriptions to see how to create a virtual environment. Right now let's go ahead and see all the libraries. I would say pip list, and you can see I only have one library which is called pip, right? I do not have anything else. So let's go ahead and install all the libraries that we need for this project. So we're going to need one library which is called BeautifulSoup. Okay, BeautifulSoup 4. So this is one of the library which we'll be using to kind of scrape data from Amazon website. So this is one of the library we need, and we will also need something called LXML. Okay, this is a parser. We will be converting the text, okay, HTML file to text. So we will be needing this LXML, and we will also need which is called a request. Okay, so request, using request we will be sending the request to the website, and then the request is going to get the data for us, okay, from the website. So these are the only three libraries I think we need. I will just go ahead and say, okay, pip install. Okay, I did not mention install here. I need to say pip install. Okay, and it is going to start installing and downloading it. So you can see it has installed and downloaded. If you want to check my Python version, so I can just show you python -v. It's going to tell the Python version. So right now we are inside this I have a Python version, which is this. If you want to see present working directory, I can say pwd. Now you can see my Python is installed in this, and this is my present working directory. You can use pwd to see your present working directory. You can check the commands for Windows, right? So this is fine. Let's go ahead and start the video then, right? So we have everything ready. So I'm using amazon.in. You can even use amazon.com, and I also have a task at the end of this video. I'm going to give you a task with one of the product link which you can scrap by yourself, right? So let's look for a product. I'm going to scrap data which is called this one, Apple AirPod Pro Max. Okay, this product informations. Now let's find this product. You can again select a different product, but for this one I would request you to use this product. So this link, this product link, I'm going to add in the video descriptions. Okay, now in this page, if you see, we have so many informations, right? So web scraping means getting the data from the website, right? So you can get any data that you see in this page, which can be like the title, which can be the price, okay, and then it can be like the number of rating we have, okay. It can be like this bullet points, okay. It can be like this sellers or suppliers, whatever it is, we have it here. So all this information that you see, it can be, we can get the importers. You can get as many as information that you need, okay. There is always some restrictions while you are scraping data from different website. It is a kind of it is very important for you to kind of check if you have the right permissions, right? Otherwise the company may block your IP address. So you can use which is called different IP address. You can use a VPN basically, or you can use directly, because they may even block your IP address. So we will be following the best practice. Now there is a one way to check if in case web scraping is allowed or not, right? So you can go to amazon.com, any website, and you can type something called robots, which is called robots.txt. okay, so here all the permission is mentioned, like what are the things you can scrap from this website. You can go through it and respect these rules, okay. And it is always best practice, otherwise you can use a VPN, okay. Now we are going to use some best practice. So we will be exploring the data, same as like browsing the data like this, right? So browsing the data is not illegal. So same way we will be building some logic so that we can get the data. So we will be getting this product title, this price, okay, and this bullet points, okay, in this video. And maybe I'll be getting some more informations, maybe this number of ratings we have, and we can also get some reviews as well. I can see we do have some reviews, so we're also going to get all these reviews, now maybe some of the reviews, okay. So let's go ahead and start, right? So I'll need this URL, so let's copy this URL and go to our Python file, which is going to be in this. Let's first import all the dependencies, right? So let's add a node which is called this app scrap product data from Amazon website, okay. So again, whatever the library we have installed, let me just write it down for you, okay. So one is called BeautifulSoup, okay, and this is what we have installed, BeautifulSoup 4. We have installed a request. So the request is going to send the request to the website, and then we're going to get the data. We have also used one of the parser, which is called basically, you can say converter. So it's called LXML. Okay, so this is one of the library. These are the three library we have installed. We will also need CSV to save the file. We can directly import the CSV. Okay, so this is fine. Now using request, we're going to send the request. The request is going to return the response, and from that response, we're going to kind of get the data that we need. Whatever the data, you can get the links, you can get the images, you can get the prices, you can get everything that you need from a specific website. So the website must be a HTML website. How to check if it is a HTML website, I will show you in some time. Okay, so this is fine. Now we will go ahead and import all the libraries that we have installed, right? Make sure your virtual environment is activated. If you want to check, you can see my virtual environment is activated where I have installed all the dependencies. So let's go ahead and say that from BS4 we have installed BS4, which is called BeautifulSoup. So short form is BS4. From BS4 we are going to import now the modules. Okay, so we're going to say from BS4 import module is going to be BeautifulSoup. Okay, this is one of the modules, and I will say import request. Okay, so using request you can send the request. Again say what are the different parameters it takes. Again, I'm going to explain each and everything. So using request, we are going to send the request to websites, and then it is going to return the data, and that data we're going to capture, and from that we're going to get the information that we're looking for. Okay, so we'll say request. So these are the two libraries that I need here only. Okay, now next we need something called headers. Okay, in the headers I can give a different parameters. So what we're going to do is that we are going to give some parameters to this request. That parameters going to be like user agent. So it's like the browsers. So browser is going to browse the website behalf of us and going to get us the data. And here I'm going to kind of give the user agent. So user agent is kind of, even if you see the robot.txt which I have shown you earlier, okay, I think it's going to be amazon.robot.txt. okay, you can see different user agents. Some user agent are disabled, some are enabled. So we're going to mimic the Amazon website, and request is going to explore the website as a user. Okay, like when you explore the website, right, maybe you use a browser like maybe Google Chrome or Firefox or Mozilla, something like this, right? So again, in short terms, you can simply understand that behalf of us, this request is going to kind of explore the website, and here we're going to give some parameters. So we need to say user dash agent, a capital, user dot dash agents, and I can give the parameters here. You can give the language as well. You can give different parameters. So I'm going to browse it using this Google Chrome. Right now there is a website where you can get this what is my user agent. So just go to Google, type what is my this user agents, and you will see this website which is called what is my browser. Okay, you can click on it and you just need to copy this. Okay, so this is going to give you basically the user agent informations. So get it correctly, put double quotes here and put it inside. Only one parameters we are giving in this, which is called headers. Okay, now we will say which is called request dot get, and here I can give the different parameters. So I am going to use this URL that I have kind of created earlier. So I will say URL. Okay, this is the variable where I have stored the URL, and I'm going to give here called header. Okay, so this headers I have created, this has information of my browsers, and I am giving that here. Okay, so that is it. Now this is going to send the request. So using request you will be able to send the request. Okay, now this is fine. Okay, we will go ahead and capture the response that it is going to receive. Okay, so I can simply say response, a variable, and I'm going to store the response in this variable which is called response. Okay, now we are going to check what is the response code. Okay, now if something goes wrong, the code would be like 300 or 400 if something goes wrong, if you do not get the response. If you get the response correctly, if you get the access correctly, then the code is going to be 200. Now how do you check? So there is a way we can check it. So I will going ahead and check, which is called response dot status code. Okay, simple. This is going to give me the response code. Okay, now I will be kind of checking this way. I would say response dot status code equals 200. Okay, we are saying if this response code, okay, let's use the if logic here. We are saying if this response code is 200, then we are going to say print the response code, right? So the response code is going to be this. We're going to print this. Okay, else we can print the error, right? So we can go ahead and say else and print the error, right? So we will say unable to get fetching some error, right? So anything fetching error. Okay, and we can put this in the quotes, and I can print here the error code. So error code is going to be obviously the response code, right? So this is what I can do, or I can again put it as a exception. So that is fine if you want to get the exact error code. Okay, so I think this is going to work fine. Now we are going to print this error code if in case we do not get the response, if in case the code is something else other than 200. If it is 200, it's going to print the code here. Okay, that's it. Now we can go ahead and test it. So I would say right click and run in terminal. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is the response code that we're going to get. Okay, so it is taking time, you can see, right? So 200 means we are connected successfully. Okay, if I change something from here, let's say if I make some changes, maybe I delete this M from here, the code is going to be something else. Okay, I will show you. Okay, now I will just go ahead and run it again. Don't send too many requests in same 1 minute, because that is how maybe your IP address is going to be blocked. So right now still I get the correct because maybe without the user agent also it is kind of giving me the data. But if you miss something, if you miss something which is really important, you are going to not get the correct response, right? So if I maybe don't mention the correct URL, right? Let's say I delete one of the things from the URL like this, and I can show you it is going to give me the different error code, because obviously the you can see, right? We are getting errors right now because I have given incorrect error code, and you can see maybe the different response code here. Okay, anyways, now if you're getting a different response code, that means there is something wrong in your which is called this URL, or maybe in the user agents. Okay, so again, without giving the user agent also you will be getting the data, but it is a best practice because this is how Amazon would never know that you are browsing or a bot is browsing, like the Python application is browsing, because if in case they get to know that the bot is browsing, they are going to block your IP address. Okay, cool. So this is the reason we are adding this additional safety parameters. Okay, perfect. Now we got this 200 code. Next, what I want to do is that I would simply go ahead and say if this code is 200. Okay, I want to kind of do something else here. Okay, I would want to kind of save this response as a HTML file. Okay, so I would just go ahead and say that HTML. Okay, and I would say content equals this response that we are sending. Okay, from this response I can save this as a text. Okay, so basically it is going to convert it. So see, this is the response code. This response has the response that it has received from the website, and from that response we are using dot text. So that means it is, we are converting as a text. Okay, whatever we have got from that website, and that is what I'm storing in this HTML content. And if you wanna see this HTML content, I can show it to you again. That is possible. I can go ahead and say print, which is called HTML content. Let me just put it here. Okay, and you are going to get the HTML content right now. Again, if you see, it is getting all this content. Now it is kind of not really easy to understand what is going on, but you can see it is a large file it has got, right? You will be able to get so many informations here, which is called class and everything. But what is important, we're going to use BeautifulSoup. So BeautifulSoup is going to kind of make it really easy for us to kind of scrape the data really easily, right? So I'll just go ahead and close it. And again, you have seen the response which we have saved inside this HTML content, and we are converting that as a text, and then we're storing into this HTML content. Okay, so let's go to Google Chrome and let's see what are the things we need, right? So we will need some of the information from this link, which is this website Amazon. So first we need this text, right? Now if you want to see the HTML file and this website, so mostly 99% sites are in HTML format only. You can just right click on it, and you just need to go to which is called inspect you have, right? Let's click outside and right click on it. You see views page source. Okay, if you see it here, it will start with HTML doc. If in case it is HTML, so if you see doc type HTML, right? So that means this documents that you see it is a HTML. So when you got that HTML content, it was this content which you have got. Okay, now from here we need to find out each and everything. Okay, now the best way to find out is that I can try to look for this in this content. I will be able to find it. Okay, I can look for anything and I'm going to find it. Now it is going to be really difficult for you to understand. If you see, all texts are there, we're only interested in this text. Okay, so we are going to use BeautifulSoup to get this data. Okay, now from here you can also right click on outside and click on inspect, and you can select one of the elements that you want to extract. So let's say we want to extract this title, so I can just select this icon and I can select this title. Okay, so now here if you see, if you select this and if you select this, if you see, it is showing under the span ID product title. Okay, so it is still you don't see it, you can extend it and you can see we have the product information here. Now you can see we have span ID, product title, and this is the class, and we have this information. So this is one of the HTML elements, so we would be able to get this title from it, right? So again, this whole file you can view inside this Python. Okay, whatever the data you have got. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that first, then we will come back here. Okay, so let's go to file, and here let's go ahead and first let's create a soup. Okay, So we'll say soup. Now soup is going to be an object where we are going to store the kind of all the data that we have received from this HTML content. So we're going to kind of get the data from the HTML content. We are going to kind of, you can say, get the data filtered in this soup. And we are going to use a beautiful soup here to kind of look for it and find for it each and everything from this HTML content using the beautiful soup. So I'm saying soup. So we'll say beautiful soup, which I have already installed, and I will say beautiful soup. Inside this I am going to give this, which is my HTML content. Okay, now we are going to say beautiful soup HTML content. Now I would just give a comma, and we need to use a parser which is going to kind of convert the data into text from the HTML content to again text that this beautiful soup is going to understand. So we're going to give a parser here. By default it is going to use their own parser, which we do not want. That's going to make the process slow. So here we're going to use that additional library which is called LXML, which you have installed, right? LXML. Okay, this is fine. Now I can go ahead and print this soup. Okay, so I would say print this soup, and I'm going to get the data. Okay, so right click, print, run in terminal, and you will see that I'm going to get the data again, those HTML file. Okay, now this data I'm getting, it is from this, which is called the soup, right, that we have created. So all this data are being stored now. Okay, so let me just kind of close it. Okay, so all this data are stored in the soup right now, and from the soup we are going to look for whatever we want. Okay, we have everything in the soup that we have got from the website. Okay, so the next task is going to look for the information in this soup. Now we can use a prettify here to see the content beautifully. Right now, earlier we were not able to understand like the content, so again I can print it again to show you. So here if you see, you will be getting the data much cleaner format right now when you use a prettify. So it prettify the data for you, and you can see right now the data is prettified. Okay, here this is one of the step to kind of check. Okay, you can see the data here, all the data that it has got from the website. So the data that you can scrap is going to be this URL. You can scrap the image link, and then you can download the image. You can scrap the price, each and everything, right, we talked about. So I will just go ahead and kind of comment it out. Okay, next what we need is that we are looking for the elements which is going to be the product price. Okay, the product title, that's what we need looking for. That's what we're looking for. So we'll say product title. I'm just going to create a variable, product title variables, and here I need the product title. Okay, see how we can find the product title. So this beautiful soup that we have imported, it has two important things. One is going to be find, and one is called find all. Okay, so this is going to kind of help us to find what we're looking for. Okay, now let's go to the Amazon website, and let's see if we want to find out this information, which is this title. So you can find it by this span ID, right? So here I can simply copy this, which is called the product title. I can find by this ID tag, or I can find by this class, which is called this name. Okay, so again we can use any of the approach. So I would just copy this entire, which is called ID equals product title, and I will be using this span as a tag. So let's go ahead and say that soup. Okay, because in soup we have everything now, so we will now use find. Okay, so we have find and find all. So find is going to stop as soon as it find what you are looking for, and the find all is going to kind of give you a response in a list what you are looking for. Okay, so we will say find, and inside this bracket I'm just going to give that ID which I have copied, and I'm just going to and I'm just going to give as a span. Okay, so span, and give a comma. Okay, so we are looking for this span ID. So span is the element what we're looking for, and this is the ID. Based on this combination we are checking from the soup. Okay, and it is going to return the informations. Okay, so this is fine, and then we can just again get only the text data. Okay, because it is going to return you each and everything. I will just show you for once. Okay, so once this is done, I would just want to print it, right? So I would say print this product title. Let's see how it looks like. So it's going to look like something the name that you have seen on the Amazon website. Let's check. So right now if you see, I have this data, right? If you see here, I'm getting this data, but I'm also getting some additional element like span, class, source, all these things, right? I don't want all these things. I only what I'm looking for is that I'm only looking for, let me just hide this. Okay, what I'm only looking for is just this text. Okay, so again I need a clean formatted text. I would also want to remove this extra space, trailing space, and this initial and this after space, right? So we can use a strip functions here. So what I will do is that I will simply say dot txt dot strip. Okay, simply I'm just formatting it, and then I would print you the product title to show you. Okay, so let's go ahead and make it a little big. Let's say run in terminal. Okay, right now you will see much cleaner, okay, the product title. So if you see right now, this is my output at the moment I got it. So this output is giving me the clean the product titles. Okay, so we got the product title. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get the second informations. So second, what we're looking for is this price. Okay, so to get this price, again you can click on this sign and look for the elements that you're looking for. We're looking for this price. Click on it and you see the class, right? It says span class this. So using this you can look for it, or you can also look by this. So we can look by this which is this elements span and this class. Okay, so let's select this, let's double click on it, let's copy this, and we're going to say product, okay, price equals, again we have everything stored in the soup. So from the soup I'm finding it based on this span, okay, and based on this which is called class. Okay, now class is an inbuilt module of Beautiful Soup, so it's giving in error, so you cannot directly use the class, so you can use a dash sign because it's a built-in module. To just use one dash, just keep that in mind. If you see error, so you need to use one dash. Okay, so we got the price. Again I can do the same thing which is called cleaning, so I will be getting the product price. So let me show you the product price now. Okay, let's go ahead and say the product price. Let's first clean the terminal. Okay, I will just go to new terminal and clean this terminal here. Okay, and let's go to, let's run in terminal. So you will see that we will be getting the price. So we are getting the price, but with additional dot which you can clean later on, but you got the data, right? 59,900 is the data that you have got as the price, which is a correct, right? Next, what we need is going to be maybe something like in stock. Is it available right now or not? You can get this, or whatever you want to check, right? How much time it takes to delivery, you can get this as well. Okay, or you can get this rating, number of ratings. We have this 4 stars that you have. Okay, so let's see, we want to get this rating which is called 4.0. Okay, so click this, any elements that you have it here, you can get any informations. So click this and you can see this is a part of let's kind of click it again. If you click this, this is a part of this, right? Here you have the 4 element which is part of, again which is called span and class this, right? So using this I can get which is going to be my this rating. Okay, the total overall rating out of 5 rating. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's say product rating, and I'm going to say soup, and I'm going to say fine, and we're going to say again it's a span elements, and I'll be using class, so dash. So whatever you're getting, it is very important to verify if you're getting the data correctly. So we will print the rating right now, and let's go ahead and kind of print in terminal to see if we are getting the product rating. So let's check. You can see we are not getting the product rating. So the problem is that maybe there is a one more one more tag, we have the same tag that is kind of creating the issue. So now we need to check by something else. Okay, so basically it didn't give us that information what we are looking for, so we can check maybe by this class. Okay, so this is not giving the information because there may be one more class class by we have by the same name. That's the reason we didn't get it. I think I did not use a text. Okay, so let's say text here. Okay, let's use the same formatting dot text strip, and let's check one more time, otherwise we will use another approach. Let's write in terminal and let's check. Okay, so this is kind of, we can see something, but it's not getting what we're looking for. So let's see it here. I don't know, but okay, so we're not getting still that rating numbers. So we can check again the right class. You need to look for this right class. Okay, so the right class is going to be this 4.0, which you can see it here, and we can check by something else. Okay, so here also you have, right, which is here title 4.0 out of, right, this correct. So using this span id I can look for it. Okay, again you can use a different approach to find out. Okay, So let's use this span id, and let's use this span id is going to be this here, span id, and using this class. Okay, span id class arcpower.text. Okay, let's print it again, and we should be having this rating, which is a part of text. Okay, perfect. Now if you see, we have the rating 4.0 out of 5 stars. Okay, now you're using the sub elements, which is span id. So in this span id, whatever the text we have, we will be having all of them together. Okay, so this is one of the second approach to get it if you are not able to get the data, because that is possible that we may have one more classes where we have space or maybe empty, right? That's one of the reason. Maybe we have one more classes by the same name in the previous, and that has a empty, okay, instead of having it 4.0. So you can look for the sub you can say sub elements, and then you can convert and clean that later on. So we got everything right now, whatever is we are looking for. And next what I'm looking for is going to be this which is this informations. These are the bullet points what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of get it. So I'll click here, and you can see right now it is kind of part of all this list elements. So in this list elements we have something called a span class, and here in this span class we have different bullet points. In this we will have one more bullet points. Okay, in this we will have one more bullet points. Okay, so all these are part of, if you see, this is called ul unlisted elements. So all this part of this class. Okay, so we can directly get it using these unlisted elements, or we can kind of look by this class, because there is a possibility that there may be more informations we have previously by this, so you may not get the informations. Okay, so let's first check by this, maybe this span and list items, because this is a very common class. Maybe we have some informations earlier also in the HTML file, so it is not going to be best practice, but we can still check. Okay, so let's click this, copy this, and I'm just going to kind of use it here, called product BP. Okay, bullet points. And I will say again soup, because I have the HTML elements in the soup, and I will say soup dot find. Okay, so we are only going to find one bullet point first, then we will see how to get all of them. Okay, and I'm going to use this span. I think it was a span, and I would say this is the class. Use this, and let's print this bullet points. Okay, let's see if I get this bullet point or not. So let's click right and run in terminal, and we will see if in case we are getting it. I did not convert it, but okay, so we are getting this list elements, and we're getting something else, right? So it is not relevant HTML content what we are looking for. So let's click on t text dot strip, but still we will not get the right elements here, because again, as I said, this is not what we are looking for, because it's a very normal class which may have multiple informations. You can see electronics informations what we are getting, because maybe electronic class is also having the same class name. Okay, electronic informations, this informations, electronic informations earlier if you check. Okay, anyways, let's see how we can get it now. Then second way is going to be, if you are not able to find by this tag, which is by this tag, which is span class, by this informations, then we can check for the again the sub tag, which is going to be this one. Okay, so inside this we have all the informations, right? So I can go ahead and look for this tag, which is going to be this ul. Okay, now we can check by this. Okay, so it's a ul tag. You will using the ul tag, we are going to look for it now. So I will say ul is the tag, and the class is going to be this. Okay, let's check by this class. Again, you need to spend some time to understand how things are working, then you will be able to kind of get each and every informations, right? Now I have got it, so I am also doing the conversions. You can see text.strip. Let's go ahead and now run it. We're going to print that information, so you will be having all the bullet points. Again, you can do the cleaning by yourself later on. You can see we have all this informations, all this bullet point. Okay, so this is one way how we get all the bullet points, and the second way is going to be kind of using another approach, which is going to be find all. Okay, we will use that approach maybe later on, but now I will just go ahead and keep this approach for now. Okay, because that may be going to be a little bit confusing. Okay, let's see next. What I want to look for is maybe going to be some more informations like the product descriptions. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. We can just click on the elements, and what I'm looking for is this. Okay, and if you see, this is a part of this Okay, but again you do not have based on the span you cannot find the informations. So we would need to use some other approach. Maybe I can use this product descriptions and this dib as a this containers. So maybe I can use this dib containers to get the informations, right? So let's go ahead and say product description variable, and I'm just going to say soup dot find, and now we are using dib, so we will just use this id. Okay, and I'm just going to print this. Let's do this formatting here. Okay, let's see if in case we are getting the data. So let's wait, it is checking right now, and if you see I got the product descriptions. Okay, perfect. Next what you need is maybe going to be getting all the reviews that I have it here, or you can get whatever you want to look from here. So let's go ahead and check this reviews if you can get this reviews. Okay, I want to get all these reviews. Okay, so let's find out. Again, you can be very precise, like if you are looking for something you just need to look for the right tag and look for based on that tag. Okay, so I will just click on this icon to see where we have this reviews. Again, you can get everything from here, but I can just check. I'm only interested on this text reviews. Okay, if you click here, it is part of this span, and if you see in this span I have this reviews. Okay, so this is one, and maybe this is part of which is going to be this dib data hook. Okay, and if you go little above, and this is going to be, again you can check the sub. Okay, maybe this is part of this. So we have a lot of div classes here. Maybe all these are different reviews. Okay, so again you can check 2 or 3. So let's check this reviews. Okay, let's see where we have this reviews. So you can see this is part of this data. So here I have this. Okay, and again click this icon and click this second reviews to see if in case we have some other classes. So here we have the reviews, it is again part of this. Okay, this is part of this data hook classes. Okay, so seems like this data hook have all the informations. Okay, and here we have something called div classes, and we need to look for the matching information. So data hook what has contained the informations that we are looking for. Okay, so let's go ahead and find it based on this data hook. And we also have checked earlier also, it is part of this one, which is let's check this one. Okay, this is also part of this data hook, right? You can see data hook what you have it here, and we have checked the second one as well also. So let's look by this data hook. Okay, this is a container which is on dib, so we will be using this data hook, and let's see if we can find out, right? Let's go and check. What we are now looking for is called a reviews. Okay, and we will say soup dot find. Let's first find one. Okay, we're going to say which is called div comma, and we're looking for this data hook. So again you cannot look by this because it has dash, right? So we will check in, is there any other way? So if you see, this has everything. Okay, so this ul unordered list has all these reviews. Okay, so again this is the perfect what we can look by this. Okay, ul and id this. Okay, let's go ahead and check. So I will just copy it, and I'm just going to use which is called find ul. Okay, and we're going to find by this, just call this, and I'm going to use same as like text dot strip. Okay, or I can use a different approach, but for now let's keep it simple, and we're going to print reviews this time. Okay, right click, find it terminal. Okay, so it is going to give us I'm hoping it's going to give us all the reviews. You can see we are getting all the reviews. Okay, now the data is pretty much not clean, it is messed up, but again you can do the cleaning part, right? So we have the reviews, we have the stars. Okay, so you can see we have each and everything that what we are looking for, correct? Now we want to save this data as a csv file. Okay, and then we will do the cleaning maybe in the next video to see how we can clean it, right? So I want to just keep it simple. Now we will say saving the file data. Okay, and we're going to use a csv. So let's first go ahead and import a csv. Okay, we'll say import CSV. So CSV is an inbuilt module. You don't have to kind of install it. It's inbuilt Python modules, and we are going to say with open. Now it is part of file handling. If you have not gone through my Python video 6, you can go through the Python video 6. I have talked about how you can create a new CSV file and store the data. So we'll say open, and I'm going to just give a name to this CSV, and I'm going to say Amazon, and product name was like Pro, I think Airport Pro Max, right? .csv. So this is the file name, and we would say the mode is going to be a write mode, and we would say new line going to be blanks. Okay, and we're going to save it as a file, and we will say colon. So we are using with, so it's going to take care of closing that CSV as soon as the job is done. Okay, now we will just go ahead and say writer. Okay, variables, and in this variable I would say csv dot writer, and I'm going to use this file element that I have created earlier. Okay, so my writer is ready, and I will be just using, which is called now a writer dot write rows. Okay, and here I would be giving you all my columns. Okay, so let's go ahead and give the columns here as a list. Now I want the data, which is going to be this data, to be stored in this specific columns. Okay, and we're going to just keep all the columns data variables. Okay, all the variables from the previous one, and it is going to kind of save the data. So 1 2, let's keep the rating, let's keep the bullet points, let's keep the, which is called product descriptions and the reviews. Okay, and let's keep the reviews, right? So we will just use reviews, and the job is going to be done, right? So that is it. We can print a message outside, which is called print. As soon as you go outside, it's going to take care of closing that CSV file. Okay, so you can go ahead and say, which is called data saved, right? Let's go ahead and check it. So it is going to save in the home directory. If you want a different directory, then you can kind of give the path here along with the name. Okay, so I will just say right click and run in terminal. So it is going to create a CSV file, and it is going to save the data, right? You can see it is printing data saved, and we have got the data. Let's go ahead and view the file that we have got, right? So let's say show in finders. Let's use Excel to open it. Okay, so we got the data. Let's see what are the informations we have got. Again, it's going to be huge. So product title is this much, you can see. Let me just make it a little bigger. Okay, so I can use the product pricing here. You can see the product pricing is also scraped properly, and product rating is here, right? So rating is again, this may be long text. Okay, we have the rating short, which is 4 and 4 out of 5 stars, and here is the informations about the product description, product bullet points. You can see all the bullet points are here, and let's see the product descriptions, and you can see the product descriptions here. Okay, let's see the reviews. So there are so many reviews, you can increase it and you will see all the reviews here. Okay, so again, check how many reviews it has got. I think it has only, yeah, it has got all the reviews. We just need to clean those space that you have here. Let me show you the task that I have for you. So let's go to Google Chrome, and I have one product which is called this one. So this is a Dell laptop, and this is based on Amazon.com. So you can scrape the data on this product title, you can scrape the price, you can scrape the reviews, whatever basically we have done in this video. You can scrape more informations from here, and you can write in the comment box that if you have got this done, and if you have got any challenges, you can let me know in the comment box. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.